Durag Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Make sure you smash the like button for Spurs Tears, man. Spurs Tears today is dark. North London derby settings. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1. Big up to everyone inside. Big up to everyone that came over from Hooks' stream. I saw man them just chatting rubbish, trying to break down my breakdown, and he was just waffling and them things. But we're going to get into it. We're going to, of course, talk about everything in the game. But big up to, of course, Full-Time Crooks, a man like D for pulling up. Their channels are in the name of the video and in the description. So make sure you don't go miss those and go over to their team, man. Everyone's trying to run it up. We're trying to show some love, even though right now things are tense. And I ain't even trying to give these man anything, but their channels, make sure you go support for real. But yeah, man, how are you, man, doing this morning? Of course, very, very happy. You man trying to do that, like you man are trying to do the too cool thing, trying to step in, like, yeah, I'm late, and like, yeah, nah, what you chat to me, bro? Like, I'm on what you like. This is you man are trying to do, bro. You're trying to do the cool thing, bro.
No,
you man like you weren't all gassed about this. Like I wasn't watching you man's reviews and that. Like you weren't all gassed.
I think you're the one with explaining to do personally.
Yeah, I agree.
I know what you're doing, sipping there with a coffee, like you just.
No, I'm giving. Look. At the end of the day,
I don't know what you've been all casual for. I think you
man won the game. As we see, we've got two Arsenal fans, one Tottenham fan. I thought I'm gonna give you man the platform to you man to speak first. Of course, speak about the game, praise your manager, and all these things that.
No. That's not what we're doing. No. That's not what we're doing. What we're gonna first do is we're gonna have a review of what happened yesterday before the game. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
because we had a preview, didn't we? We were on stream together, weren't we? We were on stream together, weren't we?
Yeah, we all done.
We also did a combined 11 and stuff like that. We also had a little preview of the game and stuff like that. I was hearing shouts like Kinski should be in the head of David Raya. Remember stuff like that? Remember all of that?
I didn't say that.
What I'm saying.
No, because this is what we're not gonna do. This is what we're not gonna do today.
Your whole front line.
This is what we're not gonna do today. This is what we're not gonna do today. We're not gonna spread lies.
I thought you said Arthur to speak. See,
but we're not gonna spread lies. We're not gonna spread lies.
What I'm saying, there's no democracy out here. This is a dictatorship.
Because in that combined 11. For one, I told people, everyone who knows on my channel, I don't do combined 11s because I don't believe in combined 11s. Is just rubbish. It's a ploy to see who can get the most players in each team. It's never a sensible opinion on which players are better or which works for systems and so on. It's just who can get the most players in. We all know that. So you got to play the game. But the David Raya shout and the Kinski shout, that was Deji. Deji led the Kinski shout over David Raya. I didn't say, I just laughed because I actually hate Raya. When Hooks knows that when we done the team of the season, on Big Six Bants, I was the one that said Raya goes in straight away. I said Raya is the goalkeeper of the year so far. So you're not going to try to.
Let's stick to yesterday.
Yeah, man.
You said yesterday that Archie Gray gets in centre back over Saliba.
And you know what? Yeah, I was downstairs.
No. Do you remember that? No, do you remember that, Hooks?
Yeah, I remember that. But I was downstairs. I was making my juice, and I was like, wait. Didn't these men also try to get Saeed in over Rice? I'm pretty sure that these men were trying to talk about getting Pape Mat Sarr in over Rice. And then I'm watching the game and, wow, he got hooked at half time. Crazy. The same guy that you wanted in over Rice.
We got to stick to the Archie Gray over Saliba shot at centre back.
Before we get on to that, we've got a super chat. Big up to Hyper Protagonist every single time. He's always checked in and clocked into the man. Big up the man then each and every time. Big up to you, my bro, all the time. Big up for the super chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, what was you saying? Who Gray over Gabriel?
You said Gray over Saliba, didn't you? Remember that?
I just told you, wait, now look, if we're on the tour, let's talk about the game, bro. Because talking about the match preview, I said combined 11s.
Bro, this is chronological order. Let's go back to yesterday before the game.
Use critical thinking. You guys don't have critical thinking skills. If you watch the stream, you can see me pulling faces. You can see me, as you said, we knew what that stream was. It was me and Deji having some fun. Going back and forth with you guys as we do,
focus
and that's
in
what it was.
Order.
Combined 11 doesn't matter.
I want to go from yesterday before the game, then we'll go into the game, then we got to here we are. We need to go in. People have to be People have to be held accountable for what they say. I've had enough of saying stuff, and then because the stream was yesterday, it just goes into the wind. I've had enough of that. We have to be held accountable for what we say. Yesterday, before the game, you said Archie Gray would get in ahead of Saliba.
You actually predicted a win.
No, I didn't.
Pardon?
No, I didn't. Check the. Oh my god, this is D. We was on 2 streams.
He predicted a draw. He predicted a draw.
See, this is what we're not gonna do. I don't like the lies. We're not gonna do lies.
Well, can you do the Archie Gray thing first?
Because D, I'll do the Archie Gray thing. But D, we was on 2. We done 2 previews together. What did I put with my score prediction?
He said draw. He said draw.
I said 1-1 twice. I said 1-1. I believe the game's gonna be 1-1, but I have confidence that Spurs can walk away with a win.
Yeah, he said draw.
We play the right way.
So please just answer.
He wants me to answer the Archie Gray thing.
No. Because I want to.
Do you want me to do? Wait, do you want me to do things in order?
No.
Because
he forgets. I have evidence. Yeah, because he forgets that we do a prediction show every single Friday for the Premier League, and I want to know why you predicted an away win 2-1 and Solanke to be man of the match, but you're telling me you predicted a draw.
But that was like how long ago, man? When I actually spoke about the game, when we spoke about the game every day leading on from that, the prediction show was what, last Friday, bro?
Okay.
We saw how the weekend played out. I watched the Tamworth
chronological order.
No, because we're doing chronological order. We done that prediction show nearly a week ago. From the Tamworth performance onwards from that, I said, I don't know if this team's got enough in them to go there and win it, but if they play the right way, they can, because Arsenal is not that good right now. But my prediction onwards from that, we've done bare streams, Hooks. You're not going to do this, bro. We done midday. We do like 4 or 5 streams a week. So you know that I was consistent all week this week in saying, I think it's going to be a draw, but Tottenham could get something in this game. That was it. But let me just pick up some of the people in the chat, because obviously you man are on the let's do chronological order thing. They ain't even got onto the game. The man don't even want to speak about the game. They just want to speak about what I said and my opinion, because my opinion matters so much all of a sudden. But I hear it. Well, big up to Ollie. Remember, Jords, the good times. You beat Man City 4-0. Yeah, man. Good times a very long time ago. 1 win in 11 games right now. 5 points out of a possible 27. Well, it might be 1 win in 9. But regardless, it's relegation form. It's relegation form. Reminds me of this time in Arteta's, I think, second season that he was going through. And it was crazy. Not that I'm comparing either the managers or how they are, but managers go through these periods, and I'm just going through the mud right now. I don't know how much longer the board and people are going to last out. Durag is getting jumped at the moment. Now, big up King Kriller. Donna Cullen, big up to you. Well, go on to everyone in the building, of course. Where's the Durag? Aye, guys, people should know by now. If you don't know, the Durag's off when we lose, man. The Durag comes on when we win, when times are happy, when things are good. The Durag's coming on, but as you can see, the hair's not waving no more because the Durag's not been on for fucking weeks, blood. It's not been on for weeks. But back to it, are you man ready to speak about the game, or you got some more qualms with me about?
I'm happy to speak about the game. I just want you to address that one point that I made, and then you can go into whatever you want.
I addressed it. I just said what it is. I said I don't take combined 11 seriously.
So when you said Archie Gray, so when you said
I don't take combined 11 seriously.
So when you did, okay, but when you did say Archie Gray over Saliba, because you still said it, yeah. What did you? What can we address that part? Are you saying that you now you were just talking rubbish?
I don't take combined 11 seriously. I don't know what.
So you was joking? Was you joking? Was you joking?
I don't take combined 11 seriously.
Was you joking?
I just told you that in a combined 11, my aim of doing a combined 11 is to get as many Tottenham players in the combined 11 as possible. I don't take them seriously.
And you chose the hardest position to do that?
No, I've done that in every position. Did I not put forward a Tottenham player? Apart from goalkeeper, I put forward a Tottenham player in every position.
So you was joking.
You were joking.
I said combined 11s.
No.
You might have heard what I said. Moving on.
That's not what I'm.
Moving on. No.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
How about we do this?
You're a fraud.
When we do a review on your show,
you're a fraud.
No. We're not.
I want to move on because I don't want to stay on the point.
Of course you do. Of course you want to move on. Of course you want to move on.
Review. This is a
We're not doing this.
This isn't a Jords. This isn't a review of Jords' review. Yeah, this isn't a review of my opinion. This is a review of the.
Why are you ducking the question, bro?
I don't know.
No one's asking the question. I answered the question.
No, you didn't. I didn't ask if you take combined 11 serious. I asked if are you joking? Was you joking when you said that Archie Gray should be ahead of Saliba?
Hooks, thank you very
Of
much.
course, bro. I just said that I
No,
don't take
no,
combined
no,
11
no.
seriously.
No. That's not what I asked.
All right, moving on, guys.
See, look at this. He's a fraud. Jords is a fraud.
Let's talk about the performance of the centre backs and let's talk about the game. Yeah, because of course, Arsenal won 2-1. Tottenham, as you can see in the title, we need to talk about it. Were we robbed? I do think so. What do you guys want to talk about referees today, or we're not doing referee talk because it was against your team?
What are you talking about?
We're not doing referee talk today because what do you mean, bro? Because every time that Arsenal lose, just like early in the season, you used to come on these streams of Hooks and you go, "Oh, the referee gave us a red card. That's not a red card. You just got points. All of this rubbish." So then the referees now give you a corner. That's not a corner. That was clearly knocked out by Trossard. It was very like you don't even have to watch the replay to see he was in play. The ball got knocked off him. Ball goes out. You guys get the corner. Yes, 100%. I'll take accountability from our side. The defending for the corner was poor. Dragusin ragdolled all over the place. He's trash. I've said it. Get him out of my club. He's shit. I'm ready to part ways with that guy. 22. He's been spending 22.
I don't know if George is being serious now or not. Yo, George, actually hilarious. Hold on a minute. You need to slow down. Wait. Can we just take a breather? Just slow down a little bit. So you see that? So yesterday, yeah, you see that game. When you watch that game, okay, let's imagine Spurs were robbed. Yeah, when you watch that game,
we're talking about the decision in the singular moment. You're not rounding up the game. Why are you deflecting?
Wait, what do you think that score should have been yesterday? What do you think the score?
No, we're not doing. No, guys.
What's the question?
If you want to do this on Trench Talks, you do this on Trench Talks.
Days,
if Hooks wants to do this on the previous show, we could do this on the previous show. I'm asking the questions today. How about that? I'm asking the questions today.
This is bad.
I'm asking the questions, and I'm trying to get answers from you two. No one wants to answer my questions. You guys are answering.
What's your question? You weren't robbed. No, you wasn't robbed.
No, I'm asking you about the decision. Should that or should that not have been?
It should have been a goal kick. It should have been a goal kick to you.
Okay. So why today are you guys not speaking about the referees? That's my point. Why do you not want to speak about the referees today? Because if it was an Arsenal decision, all the time. Just like when you guys
you're complaining about something that happens all the time.
When you lost at Newcastle that time and it should have been a corner, you guys sitting there crying about it.
No.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing because the ball went off the pitch and they said that it didn't.
Okay. So what? So it got deflected off and they're saying that it didn't.
But bro, you're just showing everyone in the world that you don't know football. There's better.
You're showing that.
Wait, what's the alternative? What's the alternative to that? Do you want them to go to VAR? Or what do you want them to do? What's the alternative?
They never go to VAR.
They don't go to VAR for stuff like that. So what's the alternative?
Bro, I'm just saying, regardless, it's a poor decision. It's a decision that shouldn't be made.
What's the alternative?
And what do you mean what's the alternative? It should be go to VAR. I saw yesterday. Did you not see the other day that I saw a ref go to VAR and give out a yellow card?
Yeah, but not for
refs
not for corners.
Give out yellow cards.
But they don't do that for corners, bro.
Or throw-ins.
Never. You've never seen it before. Ever in your life. Not once. Bro. But you have seen better.
There needs to be some consistency amongst the referees.
Oh, swear down.
This is what I've said consistently.
No, let's talk about the refs.
Consistency amongst the refereeing in the Premier League.
No, let's talk about the refs. Why is it, when Trossard sent Porro to heaven, by the way, why did the ref stop the game when it wasn't a head injury and we was on attack? And we could have capitalized off of him being down. Why? Do you want to talk about that refereeing decision? You want to talk about that one?
No, we can. I can't lie. Pedro Porro. Wait, let's talk about Pedro Nozoro, because let's talk about Pedro Nozoro. He's shit. And
no. I don't want to talk about he's shit.
He got stressed up yesterday. He got sliced and diced. Cool, get rid of him. I'm cool with it. I'm not
talking about him being shit. I don't care if you want to sell him or not.
Go to Kanima Boy's comment. Go to Kanima Boy's comment. Yeah, because I remember that. Remember that? Remember that?
Same decision. The ball didn't hit Gabriel, but yet still Spurs was awarded a corner which never took advantage of.
I remember that when Gabriel was going ballistic when it wasn't a corner, and he got given. What I do, I remember it.
Oh, you don't recall that? Oh, you don't recall that? Oh, how convenient.
I
How
don't remember.
convenient.
And you got to remember
I
as
don't
well, yeah,
recall.
their corner was an own goal. It wasn't even Gabriel didn't even score. It
Yeah.
was an own goal.
Bro, Gabriel scored, man. We're not talking.
No,
It was going in regardless.
He didn't
It was
hit
going in.
Gabriel.
Scored. No, it was Gabriel. Gabriel headed it.
No, he
It just
didn't.
took a yes, it did. It was Gabriel headed that took a deflection off Solanke on the way
Watch
in.
it
What's
again.
going on?
It hit Dragusin onto Solanke.
No,
Watch
it was Gabriel, bro. It looks like it's Dragusin, but I'm pretty sure it was Gabriel header. They kept saying Gabriel the whole game.
No. It was an own goal.
Commentators kept going. It was Gabriel. They were gassing
He was
him up.
awarded an own goal. Like
It's an own goal.
No, I know, but in the commentary, they said
Yeah,
it was
because
Gabriel that won
it
the
looked
header.
like Gabriel, but it was Dragusin onto Solanke, innit? Watch
Bro,
it
he's
again.
rubbish. Again, these guys are rubbish. What you want to hear is that, like, even when Hooks was watching my preview, he's just trying to break down things before he actually listened to the whole thing. Yeah, well, I actually got onto everything after the 3-4 minutes that you started in.
Wait, you're not brushing
is
this
that I
off.
called out my players and took accountability that a lot of these players aren't of the quality needed. The players aren't at the quality needed in these high pressure moments to perform. Dragusin is shit. Pedro Porro is shit.
No,
so then why do you put them in?
So I didn't put any of those in combined 11s. I didn't put any of those. I didn't put any of those. I didn't put any of those players in.
But you predicted a draw.
Okay, D. I predicted a draw because I thought that the way we set up could get a draw out, but the way that you guys will score, I knew would be off of individual errors. Now, if you deep, let's be real. We watched the Liverpool game. I saw a brilliant performance from Basuma in the Liverpool game. He shot out that whole midfield. They didn't bypass us too much. He done the job in the hole all by himself very well. It's been a contrasting performance to that. I thought he could build upon that performance, but in this game, he was shit. He was shit. Though he gave the ball away far too easy. Basic 1-2, but he's trying to dribble through the midfield as he always does, giving away constant poor fouls. I don't expect that of him every game. I thought he might build upon a good performance, but I know that he's shit, so I know he's capable of it. I didn't expect it in this game. That's my point. So that's when I told you I predicted a draw because I expected some of these players to perform better than they did when many of them didn't turn up. You said, I didn't call out Sonny. I called out Sonny. I said the first thing I said was all the senior players didn't turn up, barring Kulusevski and Solanke, who've played every single game this season. They're the only players I'm going to give grace because I genuinely think they've not been injured. They've played all the way through. They're tired.
When he was
but apart from them, he didn't have Kulusevski locked up.
He had him locked up when he was on the right.
We were gliding. There was no midfield, bro. At times,
I don't know what game Jords is watching. What game were you watching, bro?
I think Lewis Skelly had a good game, especially when Johnson come on. He locked up Johnson. I'll give you that. Kulu just didn't get into the game in the first half. Tottenham didn't get into the game on the ball. We didn't build out the ball from the back. We couldn't progress the ball from the back to the front. That was the problem. Pause. So the problems were with us. In that first half, I look at the issues and I take accountability. I don't think Arsenal played too good that we couldn't play out. I think that we sat in deep. We didn't want to press you guys too much. That was the plan. You could see that from the way that we sat out from the first half to the second half. When you changed the two players and the midfielders changed, we started pressing high, just going gung-ho. We were all for it. But in that first half, we sat in deep, got narrow, tried to get defensively solid, as we saw teams have done to you in the last couple of games, and managed to keep you out from scoring. So I didn't expect that on the ball the team would be so bad. The team was horrible on the ball yesterday.
Bro, every single player on your team lost their battle. The only person that won their battle on your team was Jed Spence.
I wouldn't say that. Jed Spence won his battle. Yeah, I think. But in the first half, would you not say that defensively we done well? Dragusin and Archie Gray wasn't poor in the first half.
We should have been about 3-0 up before you scored.
They batted everything away. You can't take nothing away from them. They literally. It wasn't like you guys were missing clear cut chances. They were defending and blocking all these chances. They were doing well. Just like in the first half.
3-1 up.
Just like in the first half and the second half, Gabriel saved you, man, 2 or 3 times. Some brilliant challenges, last-ditch challenges. That's the same thing that our players were doing.
Against the runner play, though. It was against the runner play.
Yes, I get what you mean, but there was the same. Our players in the last-minute moments, they were turning up in that first half. They're blocking everything you man were putting through. It was a good defensive performance. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, we play." It wasn't. No, you man weren't poor in front of goal. It was we were so good and solid at the back. In that first half.
Hold on. Wait. So to you, when you watch that game, you see that as a good defensive performance. Like you're seeing that as a good defensive performance.
Bro, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just taking one thing and then rounding up everything I'm saying, bro.
No, in the first half. Okay, first half then. Was the first half a good defensive performance or Is that what you're saying?
I think the first half was. I think attacking-wise, we couldn't build up an attack. It was poor. On the ball, we were horrible. But defensively, we done pretty well. We kept you man out. You had a few chances.
See,
But with the players that we had available, I think they've done a decent job.
When I'm watching that game, and I'm looking at the game, I'm looking at like your whole defense. It was easy for us to cut through. That's how I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the game like in the first 20 minutes, we should have been about 3-0 up. If we had, that's how I saw the game. Like you're saying that you had a good defensive performance, but I'm seeing it as we should have been well up in that game. We had way too much of the ball, way too much chances, cutting through your whole team. That's how it felt to me. I didn't feel like you lot had anything in that game. If you had scored, if Kulusevski scores his chance or Solanke scores his chance, it would have been against the run of play. It would have been lucky. Like when Son scored, I'm thinking they didn't deserve that.
Kulusevski's chance wasn't against the run of play. It was off a corner.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Kulusevski chance was off the corner when the ball bounced. Remember when the ball bounced around in the box a little and he got played through? That's the chance they're talking about in the comments. That was the Kulusevski chance. It was off the corner. It wasn't against the run of play.
That is against the run of play.
You got the corner from it being against the run of play.
The run of play. Run of play doesn't mean it has to be open play. Against the run of play means it's against who's the more attacking team at the time. Even if you score from the corner, it's still against the run of play. But then you lot score from the next corner, and then Son scored. You lot didn't deserve any of those chances.
No, you can't say that. I don't think you can say that because if we're being honest, I saw Hook say he's saying Tottenham don't set up for set pieces. But then I looked at your first two corners that we took, and I looked at the fact that even you noticed Arsenal were just flooding the 6-yard box. So then what we done is we flooded most of our players in that 6-yard box and left Sonny alone just on the edge of the box. So we knew that the ball would bounce back because we had that first chance from Kulusevski. So I think that we planned. That was a planned set piece. It was poor from you, man.
No. That was poor defending from us. The amount of space.
That's my point, though. But you had so much space in all the corners we had for that first half. You guys were flooding the 6-yard box and leaving that space on the edge. So that was a flaw that we noticed. So you can't say that we don't plan for set piece when you noticed that flaw and we adapted. And that's where we got our goal from. This is
the thing that annoys me about football, because it shows you how unlucky you can be, because there's hella times this season I've seen Arsenal shoot the ball and it hit someone and it not deflect into the goal.
100%. It was a bit lucky. It was a bit of luck to go. I'm not acting like it was
luck.
No, but it wasn't mad lucky, man. Come on, that happened. You literally scored the exact same goal. Gabriel done the exact same thing on the weekend. He's done the exact same thing on the weekend.
Off the toe, and you were slewing man for that. Why are you not slewing Son?
No, who slewed him for it? No one slewed him for nothing. Yeah. I said he's a centre back who scored a goal. It was a bit lucky.
God. You said deflected. You know what? Yeah,
I said it was a bit lucky. Don't say I slewed him.
The inconsistency is crazy, bro. I think it's.
Go on, chat to us. What do you actually think of the first? Go on, you're saying that in the first half performance that you think that you sliced us open and you found so many holes and gaps in our defense, and it was easy. I don't think that you man had so many chances in the first half. I think you had a few. Sterling, yeah, you could say Sterling had a chance, but again, we're looking at it very differently. I'm looking at it as, and I think it's a fair way to analyze. These players do miss a lot of chances. Raheem Sterling in front of goal misses loads of chances. So when these things are happening, game in, game out, and you guys are like, oh, Sterling missed a chance. We could have been 1-0 up. It's like, no, you couldn't have been 1-0 up because when you buy players that quality, that's going to happen quite frequently. They're not going to score those chances. So when you have that problem and you have players doing that consistently, Kai Havertz, you can't sit there and complain about the missed chances when it happens so many times. I don't get mad when Brennan Johnson's missing chances, Timo Werner's missing chances, because that's our fault for allowing them to play so many minutes and getting in those positions, because we know that's going to happen. You got a plan for that. So I don't sit here and look at those chances and say, yeah, Arsenal all over us. They had so many missed chances. These players found like, nah, man, these players are poor. Raheem Sterling was getting booed by the time he come off because Jed Spence had him locked up.
Yeah, but then on the flip side of that, if they're so bad, then they shouldn't be creating chances either, then, should they?
But they wasn't creating a chance. We know, come on, man. I even said before the game, I literally, in my tweet, I put out Spurs cannot press too high because when we do, like we saw in the second half, Odegaard's going to pick all the holes. And that's all the game was. Let's be honest. Odegaard had one of his best games in a long while since he come back from injury. Probably since that Crystal Palace and West Ham performance. He was literally at the center of everything that happened for Arsenal. He was just on the ball, moving it around. And without Odegaard yesterday, the performance wouldn't have been the same. You wouldn't have been picking all those holes with those players.
Yeah,
But
Odegaard, but he wasn't even that good yesterday.
He wasn't at the levels he can be, but this was a lot better than he has been. You can't lie.
Yeah, but the reason why he was a lot better than he has been was because of how bad you lot were. Like, I think you're thinking that you lot were better than you were. Like, I'm a bit confused as to how you're seeing it, that you lot were quite good. You said you had a good defensive performance, but our whole attack
I didn't say we were good. Our attack was horrible. We didn't move forward with the ball well. So I didn't think we had a good performance.
If the defense was quite good, then our attack was rubbish yesterday.
It was. But didn't we say this when we done the preview? We said that the game's going to be won with either Spurs' attack showing up because Spurs have the better attack right now, and Arsenal's defense, getting you man through the game because you man. That's where the game's going to be won and lost, and ultimately your defense done way better than our attack. They shut out Solanke. I've been saying this for a while. Solanke has a problem with the hold up play. I feel like we need to get a player who's a bit stronger up top, a bit more of a target man to battle with him because. Gabriel just, moved him yesterday. Gabriel moved him every time he's I'm dropping in deep. He's just on his back, not getting on the ball, can't get on the spin and turn. And then every time he's trying to make a chance, as we saw, Gabriel got back last ditch challenge, absolutely pocketed him. So I do think it's a case of him being a bit leggy, but also that's just not his play. Trying to do the pin and hold up striker thing, it's not his game, man. So Gabriel had the better of him. Man's defensive performance was good. We didn't create too many chances. I'll take some accountability there. I feel like attacking-wise, Tottenham just weren't at the races. Madison come on, didn't really do anything. There wasn't no midfield discipline from us. That's where the biggest issue was in the second half. The game was so open. It was like watching Ten Hag's Manchester United. Man just found all the holes, bro. There was literally, it was so wide open. So
I feel like one of the easiest games we've had this season, I'll be honest with you.
I agree. But in my opinion, in my honest opinion, and this is me not trolling, this is me being super humble, yeah. If we actually had a striker that was actually a striker, that plays like a striker, by the way, that game's wrapped up in the first half. Like 100%. Completely wrapped up. Like completely wrapped up in the first half. Because there was bare times where Odegaard would have the ball on the right, or Sterling would have the ball on the right, and I'm looking at the field, and there's nobody central. There's nobody central, and then I'm looking and I'm seeing Havertz is on the other side of the pitch. So there's bare times where if there was just someone centrally, it gives us the option to go through the middle. And in those moments, if we had a striker and we're given the option to go through the middle, they find the space, they shoot, they score. It's just that simple. And this is not just a problem for Arsenal in this game. This is a long-lasting problem. This has been a problem pretty much for the last 2-3 years. Is that we never have someone that just says, "I want to sit in the box. This is just where I want to be. Give me the ball, I'll shoot." So, hopefully, that's something that we can figure out. But I think you man should be proud that you managed to leave the Emirates with it only being 2-1. Because it could have easily been 4-5-1. Easily.
Should have been.
And we did that to you without Saka. By God, imagine Saka was playing. Crazy. You man caught the most life.
No, but that's the thing, though. We said prior to the game that this was going to be a North London derby of poor quality. There was a lot of injuries on both sides. If Tottenham had their players back, it would have been a different game too. So, like, when you guys are sitting there saying, "Imagine we had Saka. Imagine if we had Van der Ven. Imagine if we had Romero."
We beat you with already.
You beat us with them, man. And that game was a poor performance from you guys. You guys literally, a set piece got you man through that game. A set piece got you man through that game.
That was tactically, we actually set up defensively to frustrate you, and we forced you out wide every time. All you man were doing was spamming crosses in the box that Saliba and Gabriel were just dealing with easily, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, we scored from a corner, but we chose to go to White Hart Lane. And
hey, Hawks, you see when we play well and lose, see we played well against all these teams and lose. They say to us, yeah, but that's part of the game. You didn't break down a low block. We play. That's what they say. Now all of a sudden, it was a bad
But I didn't
performance.
say we played well. I didn't say we played well yesterday.
But no, not yesterday. I'm saying the first game that we played you at White Hart Lane. You're saying it was a bad performance by us when we designed that performance. That's how we played. It was a designed performance. And now we're playing you again yesterday. We had all the ball. You lot sat back and couldn't have that design performance. But so we've beaten you in both.
Yeah, we couldn't have that design performance. But you guys, it wasn't like you guys were catching us on the counter and breaking us down.
No, not on the counter. I'm saying we've had this season. We've played you twice, and we've beaten you in both versions of football. The first one was defensive performance and playing on moments. The second was controlling the game and beating you. We beat you both versions of football
because there was two different teams playing. It wasn't like you played the same team every time. That's my point, though. Tottenham had to set up in that way yesterday because I feel like if we tried to go at you with the players we had available, we would have got sliced and diced.
You took the Sumo and Saul and had
done that in the second half because we were 2-1 down. We had to.
Yeah, but you still didn't have the ball in the second half.
No, we didn't. You can't say that. We had a lot more of the ball in the second half.
Well, we should have scored about 4 goals in the second half.
Yeah, because we were open, though. You guys were catching us on the counter more in the second half because we were playing such a high line. We were pressing you guys, but we created chance in the second half too. Like, it wasn't. We're talking about on the ball, actually doing a lot better in the second half. Just didn't do enough. We didn't break down you guys to create clear-cut chances enough. And I don't feel like in and around the area, Heung-min Son, James Maddison, they weren't at the races. Solanke weren't at the races. Kulusevski didn't have a good game. None of our players in and around the box were doing anything. Pedro Porro whipped in 2 crosses, and they were all in the last 10 minutes of the game. Like, we weren't trying to create. We weren't being proactive. So that's where the issues were. It was in the attack for us.
I think this is very shameless. I won't lie. I can't lie.
Everything's shameless to you. How is it shameless? What do you want me to say? You want me to sit here and like praise you guys for your performance and sit here and big up all your players and be like, oh, this guy done amazing yesterday.
No, because like when
in the half place, when I just sat here and said Odegaard played well. I said Odegaard played well. Gabriel played well. What more do you want to hear, bro?
No, but do you know why? Because when we played you at your ground, yeah, you had everybody. Nobody was missing. You had your full first 11. We had no Odegaard. We went to your ground, yeah, and by design, we frustrated you because Arteta knows how to frustrate Ange. He knows how to set up. This is why I never fear Ange's Tottenham, because I already know that Arteta knows how to deal with it tactically, yeah. But then all I heard since that game was, oh, Arsenal played dead. Oh, we played so much better than Arsenal. Oh, you man had to score from a corner. Cool, boom. Now we flip the script, yeah? We're in a scenario where, yeah, you got players out, but we also got players out. And with both our weakened teams, yeah, bro, we attacked you relentlessly, yeah? But then you're there saying, oh, but the way that we set up in the first half, yeah, it was a sick defensive performance, man. We played well.
Come on, stop putting words in my mouth, Fix. You don't like when I do that to you, so don't do the same thing.
Sick defensive performance, bro.
You don't like when I do it to you, bro. So don't do the same thing, bro.
Bro, you said in the first, did he or did he not say it in the
first?
No,
because Hook, bro, you was watching on Monday how rattled Hooks was when I was trying to paraphrase his words. Don't say that.
Am I buzzing? Did you not say it in the first
half?
Paraphrase it was a sick defensive performance.
I didn't say it was sick.
I say sick because sick is a slang term that I use, but I'm not going to use the exact word that you use. But I'm alluding to the fact that it was a good defensive performance. Did he not?
So very different. Sick, you're trying to act like it was like amazing.
Did he not though? Did he not say it was a good defensive performance? You actually thought that your game plan. Yeah, you thought that you think that the game plan that Ange went out with in the first half was actually good and worked.
Yeah. I didn't say it worked. I never said it worked. Don't do that. Defensively, we set up in the right way. But going forward with the ball was where the problems were like. So that's why I said prior to the game, remember when we done the teams, you asked me what Tottenham team should play. I said we should have Bergvall, Basuma, and Maddison in the midfield because Maddison would have maintained more control in the ball. When you're moving the ball up in the phases of play, you need someone you need someone with that pauser, someone who can get on the ball, Maddison, slow the game down. I am not a big fan of Maddison, but in that first half, he would have been needed and would have done a lot better than Saar did because when he gets on the ball. In possession, that's what we missed yesterday. So that's my point. In the middle of midfield, we had Saar, Bergvall, Basuma. All of them like to carry the ball. They all like to get on the ball and drive forward with it. We didn't have no one in there just picking passes.
Do you know what? Yeah.
You know, if you don't agree, you don't agree, bro. I'm trying.
I think
that's my way of thinking, isn't it?
I think that
I don't know. You guys are trying to go, you're waffling. Like,
no, the one thing
when
that
Hooks is just sitting there trying to tell me why Ranieri should play in the middle because and when he's never played games, like, come on.
the one thing that annoyed me about the only thing that I would say annoyed me about Arsenal yesterday is for some reason in the second half we decided to play in a way that was more beneficial to you. Like, I don't know why we decided to stretch the game. I don't know why we decided to make it an NBA game. I don't know why we decided to make it a game of transition, because like that just favored. Well, not favored, but like that type of football suits you more. So I found it really weird that we decided to actively choose to play. I don't know, maybe it was Arteta going, look, let's just school little bro playing in a way that suits little bro in it and just show them that they're not levels in it. Maybe that's what it was. But I found it really, that annoyed me because I was like, why don't we just continue to control the game? Like, just control the game.
You know why? Do you know why? Because when you're playing, when they were playing in that game, I think they felt like they could score at any time. Even if Tottenham had scored a goal, yeah, I think we would have just gone all out attack again and probably scored again. Like, it was one of those type of games where if it was playing Liverpool, you would have felt like, okay, sit back, and because you would have felt the flow of the game. The flow of the game didn't ever feel like Tottenham were in the game. It never felt. If they scored,
I just felt like we was never fluid enough on the ball to actually be dangerous. Where we took control of the game. That's the problem with Spurs, is that when we're getting on the ball, we break very quickly. We're trying to break the team down in 3-4 passes, do 1, 2, 3, 4, get forward, and then we're through. And that's what you saw. Whenever we did get through, it was one player just covering ground. Like Sarr and Bergvall ran all the way from like the halfway line to your box, just carrying the ball forward.
But it wasn't threatening. It didn't feel
threatening. I know, but it wasn't threatening because, like I said, in and around the actual final third and in that box, in around the 18-yard box, sorry, we didn't do anything. There was no good decision making. It was poor. And that's the problem with Spurs.
But when you say that it was a good defensive performance by Spurs, a good defensive
in that first half only. In that first half,
we scored 2 goals. So when you say it's a good defensive performance,
but how did the goals come? Come on, the context. Come on, bro.
Trossard's goal was a normal shot. What do you mean? How did the goals come?
No, it didn't. It came from a mistake from Basuma, giving it away in the midfield when he should have done basic 1-2. That does matter, bro.
Turnovers happen.
The guy's brain dead, bro. It does happen in
football.
Bro, I get that, but it's a bad turnover.
But there's actually bare times the ball got turned over in your favor.
No, you guys are trying to sit here and tell me that I'm not supposed to sit here and blame Basuma for that goal. I'm just supposed to sit here and say, oh yeah, Trossard.
No, but the thing, I can hear you blaming Basuma for the turnover, but there's bare times in that game where Arsenal players also had the ball turn over on them, and it amounted to nothing. Of course,
but just like if you look back,
totally blame Basuma.
Just like when a week ago, when Cole Palmer lost the ball for and I think it was whoever went through, scored a goal, they won the game. Everyone was like, Cole Palmer's at fault for the game. They lost because of Cole Palmer. He lost the ball. No, that's what happens if you're at fault. If you make a turnover in such and poor decision in a key area like that, when Arsenal break, and it wasn't just him. There was poor defending from Poro and Dragusin. It was just poor all round. From the 3 players I fucking hate, bro. Yeah, so I'm going to look at them and evaluate that like that.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from the Spurs perspective. What I'm trying to say is Odegaard still had to find Trossard. Like, Odegaard made the decision to play in Trossard. No, because Sterling was also available. He could have passed to Sterling. Sterling was also pass, yeah, but what I'm saying is that the Trossard ball wasn't the expected ball. It wasn't the expected ball. To be fair, Trossard was in a lot of space, but Trossard isn't the fastest of players. Like, there's an argument that passing to Trossard could have actually slowed down the break.
It could have if we had good defenders. Yeah.
But and then it's Trossard, a moment of individual brilliance. Should your keeper save that? Yes, but it does bounce.
You just mentioned 3 mistakes leading to your goal, and you're telling me that I should look at the Arsenal fucking performance and the Arsenal.
You said it's a good defensive performance, though.
So
because I said the first half was But ultimately, in that moment, there was 3 mistakes that happened that caused that goal.
Where's the good defensive performance then? If there's 3 mistakes,
bro.
how can you say there's 3 mistakes?
You don't evaluate. There was 3 mistakes in that one moment.
How is it a good defensive?
And it was
performance
one player. Cause I still, but as a whole, before those 2, you scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. It wasn't like you scored a goal and then scored another one like you were breaking. No, you guys had a moment in that last 5 minutes of the second half, last 10 minutes, where you guys got goals due to us having mistakes and having moments. Our players just not Dragusin losing his head and not doing his job.
What's sorry, Jules, not to cut you. What are you saying? Kinski had about 3 times when we should have taken the ball from him. About 3 times we should have taken the ball from him.
Earlier, he had a poor performance
He's
because
part of your defense, isn't he? He's part of your defense, isn't he? He's part of your defense.
Yes.
So whether he makes a mistake or not doesn't mean, outside of the mistakes and outside of the bozo moments, we had a good defensive performance. How does that even make sense?
What do you mean? It makes sense because I'm talking about as a whole, we defended you guys well. I feel like as a team, we didn't give too much up apart from that at the end of the second half. If you want to say from the last 10 minutes, because that's when you guys scored your goals. The last 10 minutes of the second half, the defense performance was shit.
I think what you mean is
the ball to Declan Rice.
I think we started off the game. We started off the game defending well. I don't know why we're sitting going around in circles on this.
I think what you mean is it wasn't a good defensive performance in the first half. You had a good defensive shape. That I will agree with. Like your shape.
That's what I said at the start, though. But you guys just kept. And I said the first half, and then now you're saying. And now you're saying, okay, so you made mistakes. Okay, the last 10 minutes of the first half weren't good. Up until those mistakes.
But I don't even like, do you know what, yeah? I don't even think it was. I don't even think it was.
I think you're being diplomatic.
Yeah, I am. But you see me, yeah? Obviously, okay, cool. I'm always going to see it from the Arsenal perspective. You're always going to see it from the Spurs perspective, right? That's how it's always going to be, yeah? But I think the tackle that Partey made on Basuma was amazing. Like for Partey to recover the ball there and trigger that break was like we.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm pretty sure D can say this as well. As Arsenal fans, I don't think there's too many occasions this season where we can say we've transitioned well. We're not really a transition team. At least this season, we haven't really been a transition team. So for me to see that, I was like, okay. That was amazing. That was an amazing piece of football. Like, obviously, you're going to see it from the Spurs perspective because it was negative for you. But Partey recovered the ball really well, triggered the attack, Odegaard, the vision to find Trossard, cold, and then the individual brilliance from Trossard. I don't understand why it's like everybody's got like their axes out for Basuma. Do you know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question because we spoke before. Trench Talks. Make sure you guys are there tomorrow, 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., whichever time we start. Fams on TV. We had a talk on then, and Hooks famously made a statement. He's on number 6.
This is bad.
No, I'm not actually making the statement. I'm generally keeping it to what I actually want to talk about. I'm not going to go on the left. I've got a very narrow line. Like we're going down one road. We're not going to go left.
You nearly swayed me to your side there.
I'm not taking left turns, bro. We're going down a straight country road. There's nowhere to go. There's straight road. But he made it very famous, and you said, bro, you're on number 6. You're on number 6, and one of your best attributes is passing. So in that moment, because Basuma was playing 6, let me please finish my point.
I just had to correct you, but you said
you like passing. All right, you like passing. You clarified you like passing. You like passing. He said he liked passing. He didn't. That's my point. All right, so in that moment, because as a 6, you'd be playing in those positions. You'd be picking up the ball, being the last man in the pockets in between the defenders. You're used to picking up the ball in that position. What would you do if the fullback gives it to you, has space in behind? Would you do the 1-2, or do you shift your body, open up your feet, and spread the ball to the other side? What do you do? Because there's acres of space in front of you with a short pass, or do you want to do the 50-yard ball because you think you're Gerrard? What would you do as number 6 in position?
Obviously, you don't want to always do the Hollywood, but there's sometimes that you try to do the Hollywood. We see players do Hollywood all the time.
In that moment, I want to ask you in that moment.
Why are we going to pretend like we don't watch players in bare different games lose the ball?
Make different decisions, 100%. But I'm asking what you would do as a number 6 because I'm just.
But why does it matter what I would do? Because you
matter what you would do. Obviously, just like you mad about my.
You think I'm dead at football? You think I'm dead at football?
I never said that. We never said that.
Do you think I'm dead at football?
No, we never said. We never said he was dead alive.
On Trench Talk, don't get diverted. Hooks, don't get diverted.
You're trying to divert. Why are you trying? No one. We never said nothing about your ball.
Even when it's hard to say that man was embarrassing him, he get me in front of his ballers.
Why is it? Why am I getting?
Oh wait, Hooks when I played, did Hooks play?
So I'm just saying, why do you need my opinion on what I would have done when you all think I'm dead anyway? Why don't we just talk about the fact that he did lose the ball and footballers do lose the ball in midfield? Because you could probably recount many a times where footballers have lost the ball in midfield and it hasn't led to a goal.
The mind games thing. D, can I ask you a question? Because you play ball and I'm sure.
Why are you asking questions, bro?
Because what do you mean? This is my show.
I don't think
you're Durag Diaries. We're not on half time. We're not full time.
You're in any position.
We're not on fan zone TV. I can't ask the questions because you're with your boy Jords, the host of the show. That's why I'm asking questions. How about that one? How about that? Do you know what? How about we do this? Hooks forgets what he's done to me before. This is what we can do. Oh, I remember when Hooks done this to me. Hooks told me that he can mute me. Oh, I forgot I have the power. I have the power. I have the power. This is Durag Diaries.
Okay.
Hey, that is nasty work. Jules, you are nasty work. That is nasty work.
I dictatorship over here on Durag Diaries. I hear it, man.
Yeah,
there's no dictatorship, bro. There's no dictatorship. But I am asking the questions. That's what we are clarifying. I do get to ask
Jords, bro. I hear it, man. Kim and Jords, bro.
But people, make sure I did check the likes and I did see it was a bit shameless. It was a bit shameless when I checked. The last time I checked, it was around 20 or something like that. But we got 70 people in the building. I don't know what I want over here right now. But we're 45 minutes into the show. The man them are on the cooking thing, not even letting me get off any. And nothing I'm saying is context. Not allowed today. Apparently, I'm hearing it. Not even allowed context today.
You're not even allowed to cook. Every time we cook, bro, you butt in and then you mute man's mic.
Nasty work.
Don't do that. I've muted you once. Don't ever do that. This guy's trying. He's like he's gonna do this. You mute me all the time now. Look, you see, he's moving like gal. He's moving like gal. You do something to them once, they're gonna say you do it every single time. That's what he's doing.
You did it twice. You did it twice. What? You did it twice. I unmuted my mic.
No, I went to unmute you, but then you unmute yourself at the same time, so I muted you. That wasn't my fault.
Oh, that sounds like what a gal would say.
How about you just tell them what I was about to say? Smash the damn likes, people. Smash the damn likes. Make sure you're
acting up with the likes. They're acting up with the likes. I don't know what's wrong with them today.
That's it. And Mandem's channels are in the name of the video as well as in the description. Full-time crooks down there, or half-time hooks, as some people know him as. I want
to ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question. Just one question.
I'm asking questions. My channel. This is Durag Diaries.
One question. Yeah, just one question, and then you get it. We can.
I'm not allowed to ask questions. That's what it is. I hear it.
One question. Just one question. Then I will be satisfied. Yeah. And then you can talk about whatever.
Next time Spurs beat these, man, just know I'm getting 5 Tottenham man against 2 Arsenal man.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
That's all cool.
He's gonna feel the Deji. He's gonna have everyone there. He's gonna have all of them.
Yeah, that's all cool. Just to remind you, in the last 6 occasions, we've won 5 times and drawn once.
Go for it.
It might be a while till that
happens.
Go
answer your question. Go for it.
The question that I have, is, and I don't necessarily care about Jords' opinion or what Jords' opinion is on this. I want to know what you think.
Why are you asking me if you're not asking
for my opinion? I want you to speak. I want you to speak from a neutral perspective. That's what I want. I want you to speak from a neutral perspective. Yeah. Based on your current form. Yeah. So everything that's happened so far in the season and how your season's gone. I know you're in the Carabao Cup semi-final and it's looking kind of positive. Although I still think you lose at Anfield. I know you're into the next round of the FA Cup, and I know that you're still in the Europa League. But at this point, I don't, honestly, all trolls aside, I don't know if you'll make the top half of the Premier League. Just losing, to your biggest rivals, bearing in mind, we've done the double over you this season. Do you think that your board will now start looking and going, maybe we might have to get rid of Ange?
So just to clarify, I'm gonna answer your question.
Deep question.
I just want to clarify. Why do you ask me and then not ask for my opinion? Because
No, because I want your neutral perspective.
I can only speak from my
because
perspective as a Spurs fan. I'm a Spurs. I know, but I'm a Spurs fan, so I can only speak from my perspective.
No, but we talk, so I already know that you're Ange in for life. So it doesn't make sense me asking if you should be sacked because I know that you're Ange in for life.
All right.
But I mean,
you're being consistent. You don't want me to do what I do. All right. You're being maintaining some consistency.
What do you? Because I could be.
I'm gonna answer your question. I know what you mean. I know what you're saying. All right. Cool. The way I see it is, I've sat here and I've maintained, and Boardroom talks 9 p.m. tonight. Make sure people check in and tune in for that one. That where we're at right now, I understand. I understand why people are Ange out. You might laughing so much. You're gonna throw me off. I'm trying to. I've got to make sure I'm plugging it. When the people are here, they got to know where I'm going. Boardroom talks 9 p.m. That's where the real Spurs chat's gonna come. These men want to do the cooking thing, but if you want my real opinion, make sure you come tonight. It's gonna be a proper Spurs chat. But no, what I do is I understand where a lot of people are at with Ange. I understand that the results right now are not good enough. There gets to a time and a point when you can't really explain, no matter how many excuses there are, no matter how many problems there are. The fact of the matter is, we're 14th. And we've lost 9 games we've won 1 in our last 10 or something like that. We've lost like 11 games, 21 games into the season. Worst start ever. It's not acceptable. Everything that's gone on is not acceptable. And these aren't the standards I hold for my club. 100%, these are not the standards I hold for my club. And I don't expect any Spurs fans to hold these standards and be happy with where we're at right now. If anyone's happy with where we're at, they're not a fucking Spurs fan. I told them that right now. I'm not happy. But at the end of the day, what I do believe is that you have to maintain a process with a manager and let them go through an actual process to try and get their team into a place and build a team to a place of where they can potentially compete. I don't think that changing that process and interrupting that process every 18 months is going to get the team where we need to be. That's my problem. I think the biggest issue with Spurs, just similar to Arsenal, like you and many people have addressed, is upstairs. When you look at the board, there's no ambition to compete. There's no ambition to improve. So right now, we're 16 days into the January transfer window, and we've not signed no one. We've signed the goalkeeper. We haven't done no improve attackers. We haven't, and there's no links saying Spurs are trying to sign this guy. And cool, yeah, links don't mean everything. I don't get excited over links per se, but ultimately, it doesn't look like there's a lot of movement going on with Spurs right now. We're over 2 weeks into the window. We've got however many injuries, and Spurs just aren't performing. So I understand why people would want Ange out, but I'm just not there in it. I believe that we need to maintain this process with this manager, and I don't think there's many managers out there that have a higher ceiling than what Ange will when he gets the players that he wants. Because that's the thing. I think the ceiling of Ange is very high, but the floor is just as low right now. So.
No, I'm with you. I kind of agree with that to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I actually kind of agree with you a little bit with that. But the only issue with that is the fact that you're actually 13th. That's probably the only issue, because that's a real problem looking at the table and seeing Tottenham in 13th. I mean, Bournemouth and Brighton and Newcastle, every single team, and man of 13th. And the only thing that's got a saving grace is the fact that you're in the semi-final of the Carling Cup and going well in Europe. I feel like if you look were out of those competitions, I mean, what is there to hold on to? Being 13th I don't even know how you judge that, because 13th position is you should be looking at teams like you know what I mean? Like that's like the bottom of the table teams that are battling from down there. 13th is a bad position to be in. And not only that as well, your next games, I don't see
not
you.
hard.
What do you mean it's not hard?
This the thing though, is people don't like Tottenham are naturally going to improve over the next couple of games because we have all of our first team players back. And what my biggest problem is what will happen. What will happen right now is what people will do is, if Ange does get sacked this week or next week, all of our injuries are going to come back. You're going to see Romero come back. You're going to see Van der Ven come back. You're going to see Vicario come back. Odegaard, Udogie, they'll all come back over the next month or two. And the Spurs are going to improve. Spurs are going to pick up more points. It's going to be a decent 6 months. And
Yeah,
then they're
but
going to
bro,
be like,
bro,
"Bro, no,
wait,
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 let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Yeah, go
And
on.
then people are going to be like, this new manager come in, look, he's so much better than Ange because it looks good for 6 months. And then we're going to be in the same position 12 months later because ultimately they don't improve the squad. The squad just overperforms for moments in that new manager bounce. And then Spurs as a hierarchy accepts it. So the ambition isn't matched by the manager, and then we will regress. And that's where we're at right now. We're going to regress because the ambition isn't being matched by our club and our board. Ange needs good players to play the way he wants. Every time he's been winning, it's because he's had one of the best teams in the league. That we need to build a team that can be at that level to compete. And if we don't do that, yes, Ange will not perform. He's not going to get the best out of these players. I know that, and I accept that.
I just want to, because you may not know, but you've actually got really difficult fixtures.
I was just about to explain this to him. I was about to go through them for him. I was just about to.
I've got it up on the screen as well. Like I got it up on my screen as well. So
Do you know what your next game is, Jords?
Everton away.
Everton away.
Then you got Leicester at home, which
Leicester's
you
game.
probably beat them, but they are a team that can attack.
Leicester's rubbish. Leicester haven't barely got a win in like the last. Bro, Spurs are getting. Let's be realistic. When Spurs get Romero and Van de Ven back, we are going to improve. You can't sit around like this.
Yeah, potentially
consistent across the minute.
Yeah, but when they come back, they're not immediately going to be match fit. But
I understand that. But we are going to improve over the next couple of weeks. They're literally back next week.
Then you got Brentford away.
Nasty game.
I'm not afraid of Brentford.
Then you got Man United at home.
Last game.
Then you got
Man United. We slapped Man United twice this season. You can't tell me that I should be afraid of them again. Come on. You're going. But we scored 4 goals against them in one game and 3 in the other game, bro.
Not now. Not this Man United.
George, I need you.
We beat Amarin Man United. You do know that, right?
But there's another. So did we. And then we lost.
But then we lost. Yeah, I need you to stop being emotional, George. I'm just saying fixtures that are coming up and whether I think they're difficult or not. Yeah. So then after that, you got Ipswich away. Yeah.
Not winning that.
It's very difficult. Chelsea thought they would win it. They didn't. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're not winning this.
Then Man City come to your ground. I know you've got history of, beating Man City. So is what it is. They're also in a bit of a bad place themselves. Not as bad as you, but can go either way. Then you got Bournemouth.
Not winning that.
I don't think you're winning that. Then you got Fulham away.
Not winning that.
I don't think you're winning that. Then you got Chelsea away.
Not winning that.
I don't think you're winning that.
They can beat Chelsea. They can beat Chelsea.
I'm not saying that by me saying not winning, I'm not saying you're going to lose, by the way.
It's just 50-50 games. 50-50 games.
Yeah. So I'm not saying you're going to lose. Then, obviously, you got Southampton at home. You win that. But then you're Spurs. So then I always question, will you? Then you got Wolves away. Then you got Nottingham Forest at home. And then you got Liverpool away.
Just doesn't feel nice.
Like, I'm just saying, your fixtures aren't so favorable that your board could just go, we get our players back and it changes. Because I think that's very naive thinking, personally. Like, you need someone right now. You know what I tell you who you need? You need someone like a Conte or a Mourinho that will just come in, shut up shop, try and get the best they can for the rest of the season, and then you just focus on next year. Start planning for next year. Because I think your season's done in the Prem.
How's it done? Bro, your season's done. What are we on about? You ain't winning shit.
How can you say that? How can you say that? How can you say I'm 4 points off of first?
Look in the mirror. I'm still competing in the FA Cup.
You look in the mirror, bro.
In the Carabao Cup. I'm still competing in the Europa League. There's something for my season. I can still win something. Don't do that. I am the guy for that. Yeah, you might hear. I ain't gonna do the sub story thing. My season's not over. I'm not on this.
Okay, what are you gonna tell? Okay,
you're not doing that for me.
What are you gonna tell me when Liverpool beat you at Anfield? What are you gonna tell me then?
We're gonna have to see how it plays out. What are you gonna tell me when you gonna tell me when you get slapped up at St James Park as always? What are you gonna tell me? How about that?
No, but I'm 4 points off of first.
How about that?
I'm 4 points off of.
You ain't winning the league. You ain't winning.
I am 4 points off of first place.
And how many points did Nottingham Forest off?
Wait. By the way, wait.
So you're competing with Nottingham Forest?
No, wait. Why am I entertaining?
You're competing with Nottingham Forest.
I don't know why you're entertaining it. I don't know how you're getting dropped into Jordan's plan. This is his plan.
Because no way someone who's 19 points behind me is chatting to me. I'm sorry.
This is his plan, bro. This is his plan.
I hear it.
How you got dragged into that? I will never
Yeah,
know.
And people would say, look, this is rubbish. This is
Hooks, we
absolute
just
rubbish.
beat them. We just
Because
literally just beat them yesterday.
didn't go from our games logically. Because if
Yeah,
you're using logic, you would know that all of our past 10 or 11 games, the fall off in Spurs' performances have coincided with the injuries of certain players. When those players come back from injury, yes, we've lost games against Ipswich and Crystal Palace, and we've dropped points with those players, but also Spurs have also won a lot of games with those players. And when we do have them back, performances will maintain some consistency because the team will be a lot better. We just can't ignore that. Like, D, I know you know ball, bro. I know you believe this because when we speak on Never a Foul, that you don't hate, like, you don't sit there and rubbish Tottenham out. You know what you're watching. So you know that that's going to be the truth. Tottenham aren't going to have the same form in the second half of the season.
Do you know the only teams that have lost more games than you in the Premier League are the
You
three
can
teams
say that, but my
relegated?
point still stands, though.
No, I know what he's saying. When he gets his team back, I understand that your team is going to have a upturn in fortune. But let me tell you what the problem will be: the pressure that Andrew will be under immediately. So by then, by the time you get your team back, you could have lost another 2 or 3 games, for example. Let's just say the worst case scenario. Then you get your full team back. Now you got Man City. Do you get it? Then you got your full team back. Now you got Ipswich away all of a sudden.
But
So
these are teams that we beat. We slapped
No, but
City twice, bro.
I know,
What
but
are we doing here?
But when you get your full team back and now you got City and now you're like, okay, we've got our full team back. Now we're going to beat City. Then you don't beat City. The pressure on Ange already will be the power will be too
100%.
heavy.
What
So
I
it's
do
not
think.
It's not as simple as just saying, oh, when we get our full team back, we're going to win, because the pressure will change how much you need to win. It'll feel like finals every week.
No, I get what you're saying, but I just think that when we get our team back, those smaller games where we've dropped points, because that let's be honest, Tottenham have lost. Most of the games have been the smaller ones this season. It's not like we've lost a few against the bigger teams, but we picked up points against the likes of, as I said, City and United and that. Like, those weren't the hard games for us. The hard games have been the small games where we're just not performing in them. I think when you have your better players back in those small games, you're going to be able to get through them a lot more frequently, and we're not going to have that issue as often. I generally think that, and I think, with regards to signings, I ain't even going to get my hopes up anymore because we're 16 days in. I ain't seen shit. I ain't seen enough. So I don't know if Spurs are going to make signings, but boy, I definitely know that Spurs are going to get better. That's why I'm mad at where we're at, but I know we're going to get better. So people are trying to cook me and go, "Oh, your season's over." It's not. Our season's far from over. There's still a lot to play for.
No, but it's over if you get knocked out the cups, though.
If you get knocked out of the FA Cup in the next round and Carabao Cup, which is all in 1 week in February, 100%, and we've got the 2 Europa League games before then, so our season could be over in a month's time. It could be. I don't think it will.
Will you still jump on my shows?
Bro, I've been doing this for years. I've been around when Spurs have been bad. Trust me, you're not going to catch me out on a ghosting thing because that's never been me. You can't do that to me, bro.
I know, preview prediction. Still doing preview prediction.
I rely on you every Friday, bro. I'm just checking, bro.
Early morning.
Man. Look at these guys. Like, they've been feeling tonight. They didn't even want to talk about any of their players. They want to talk about how Miles Lewis-Skelly had a standout performance for Arsenal. They didn't want to talk about
Lewis-Skelly locked up Kulusevski, but you said he didn't. So we just let him.
Exactly. He didn't lock up because Kulusevski played there for 30 minutes and he barely played on the right hand side, bro. Kulusevski, you know when Kulusevski comes off the right, he sort of free roams. He barely hangs off the right. Yeah, but if the second half got locked up, I think
if you're right winger, but if our left back is one of our best players on the pitch, that means your right midfielder had a
but D, come on, man. I know you know ball better than. I don't know if you're winding me up or if you're actually being serious.
Skelly had a brilliant game. Do you know why he had a brilliant game? Because nothing happened on his side of the pitch.
But wait, D, you like Kulusevski. So I know you watch Kulusevski a lot. I know you think he plays.
He didn't have a good game.
Position? He didn't have a good game. But what positions does he take up on the pitch? Where does he?
He's a floater. He's a floater.
Okay, so that's my point. So what my point is that the second half, Lewis-Skelly had the right hand side locked. I'll give you that. Second half, nothing happened. The first half, there was nothing happening down the right hand side because Kulu wasn't taking up the position on the right hand side. He was barely trying to take him on down there. That's my point. So I'm not saying he played bad. I think Lewis-Skelly should have got man of the match. He was my man of the match. For an 18-year-old to start in the North London derby. No, I got Lewis just because the fact he's an 18-year-old, he performed, he locked it down the right hand side. Pedro Porro didn't put anything into the box. I would have gave it Lewis-Skelly. I'll be real. But
they were both up. Declan Rice was brilliant as well.
Look, before we finish, we got like another 10 minutes or so on before you go on to Baller Talk. You guys, come on. I'm giving you this time to speak about your team. Obviously, they just want to do.
I'm giving us more time to speak about nothing, bro.
I didn't come here to talk about.
Give me your time.
I came here I actually wanted you to answer for your crimes, innit? Which you didn't want to do.
Mhm.
So the only thing that I really want to leave with now is I just want an apology. Actually, I want several apologies. One apology.
He ain't gonna do that, Jules. That's not a Jules thing.
Yeah, because the one apology that I want, the is for disrespecting my players. That's the first
Lost
apology.
his mindy, innit? Have you been
And-
drinking this? Was there some rum in that? Was there some rum in that cup?
And
He ain't gonna do that.
and
Jules ain't doing that.
the second apology
Lost
I
his
want
mind.
is for
He's lost his
saying that
mind.
Tottenham got robbed because of the corner thing, but then you man got a corner that shouldn't have been a corner, and you couldn't score.
I
anyway.
put mind games in the chat. Hooks is on mind games today, bro. Mind games.
But if I don't get those apologies, it's fine. I'm happy to just sit here and let you try and put a positive spin on what happened yesterday. The word you like to use, copium. You man's YouTube buzzwords. The copium, all of them things there. But yeah, man. I think it's very clear how Arsenal fans feel about yesterday. Like, all we really needed was a win. It didn't matter how we got the win. We just needed 3 points because obviously Liverpool dropped points. And this is now the first occasion in the season where Liverpool have dropped points and we have capitalized. It's the first time. So loads of positives to take from this. My club was the deadest. Apparently, we have the deadest attack. We're playing a lot worse than what we was last season. We're doing worse than what we was last season, which is factually incorrect. But now I'm comfortably sitting second. I'm 4 points off of Liverpool at the top, and the team that everyone said they're just going to win the league. I'm starting to see a bit of cracks, and we're capitalizing off them cracks. So look, we got a very hard game next. Very, very difficult game next. Aston Villa at home. Aston Villa was the team that kind of they put the sword in our title charge last season.
Twice.
But we've already beaten them once this season. So now we just need to beat them at home. Don't care if it's a 1-0, 2-1, or if it's a stinky penalty or dare I say a set piece. I'm cool with that. And then we see what I want. But as it stands right now, Arsenal, we in a positive place. Let's see what happens. Obviously, we are. We need to go. I firmly believe that in this window now, we have to sign a striker and a winger. Firmly believe this. Striker and a winger.
Definitely.
Minimum. And if we sign a striker and a winger, I guarantee you.
Is that of a certain quality though? Because obviously we all know with Arsenal,
of course, of a certain,
I would say,
of a certain quality. Obviously,
we need
of a certain
Semenyo immediately. Just get Semenyo, man.
Semenyo and
that goal
Vlahovic.
the other day was cold, bro.
Crazy left foot as well.
Yeah,
Semenyo and Vlahovic, crazy. That to me, crazy. But we bring in a striker, we bring in a winger. I guarantee you, after 4 games of that striker and that winger playing, everyone's going to be saying, "Oh, do you know what? I think Arsenal might go on to win this league." 100%. Don't forget, Liverpool have Brentford away next game.
Tough game, man. Hard game.
They could draw that one.
Look, obviously, mathematically, you guys are still going to be in the race for a long time. It's not going to be over. I think it's very key how the next 2 weeks go in the window. You guys need to show ambition. Man City certainly have. I think that's one team, although they're too far behind Liverpool, I think people need to watch their backs because Man City are the one team that could just, if they sign, Marmoush is on the way. When Marmoush lands, they really could. I know, but let's be honest, bro. They could do the 12-win game streak thing and close and make some pressure around 100%. And that's what I fear for the top. And I think maybe because the last 7 years, man got PTSD. I've just accepted that City are City, bro. They're literally machines. So 100%. I'm looking at City and I'm like, bro, the title race isn't over for anyone. Liverpool, I don't believe they can drop that many points, but who knows? Liverpool could lose 2 players to injury, and let's be honest, they don't look serious about going to sign anyone. They don't look serious about trying to improve. So teams could capitalize. But I've still got Liverpool winning. I do think if Liverpool don't get any injuries, they're going to be good till the end of the season, man. They just look. Even yesterday, it was a very controlled performance. They should have scored more, but defensively, they do look a bit shaky at times.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, you're gonna support everyone that's not Arsenal in it, so you know.
Big fact. Big fact.
You know,
that's a big.
I'm your number one hater.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna
number one hater, number one slayer,
and like, you know what I mean. You're gonna support
Hey,
everyone.
no. We're this what we're not.
Everybody.
You know what's funny about this is we're not Arsenal fans. You see, last season, and even Lee Gunner called it out. And I was glad he called it out, yeah. Because when they were sitting there trying to cheer on my team, oh Sonny, you've got to do it. Who supports the rival team? I would never be sitting there going shameless trying to let you man win. So
Wait, you man are
you're supporting us against
City,
bro.
You wanted to lose. You was watching Man City, and you were supporting Man City, bro.
Go and
you was there in your Tottenham.
You know what? He loves to bring up. I was on the
doing the Poznan. Doing the Poznan.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Doing the Poznan.
I watched my preview on the terrace because, like you said, you love to watch so much. I said that I wanted to win the game. I said I still want to win the game. I don't want to lose. I said I don't want to lose the game. I said I don't want to lose the game.
I'm sure.
Was you doing the Poznan when Man City scored?
Bro, I wasn't. I didn't want Man City to win. I said that. I said Man City should deal with their own fortunes, and I'm there to win the game. I want to win the game. I'm all about trying to put, and because at that point we were trying to push on for. It's fine. Because as we said, at the end of the season, when Arsenal don't win anything yet again, what I'm going to be waiting to see is take your time with it. 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 That's what I'm waiting to see. You're going to have to take your time because you ain't winning nothing. You ain't winning nothing anytime soon. But yo, big up to Olu for the super chat. £2 to buy a new ACL and hamstrings for Pedro Porro. That fall was actually crazy. I thought my man had like snapped his groin or something like that. That was actually mad. He got twist up, absolutely twist up. He got sent back to Spain. But guys, big up for everyone checked in and locked in. We've got 100 people in the building right now. This is gonna go over to Fam Zone TV straight after this. They got some baller talk, real baller talk. It's gonna be Dean. Who else is on? Izzy,
Leon Knight.
Leon Knight.
Leon Knight.
What's topic today?
Allegations, man. Leon put it in the group chat. He wants to talk over on stuff.
Alright, you guys have to. I promise you. Look, before you even go, just make sure you check into Baller Talk. Leon Knight used to be on Field Fella. Some people know back in the day. Yeah, funniest guy. Once you start, he's funniest guy. And he, as I said, he got some allegations to talk about. So when he starts cooking, he don't hold back. There's no holds barred, bro. He
knows every football story in the world, fam.
So make sure you guys are going over there. We're gonna raid it literally right now. But before you leave, make sure you smash up the likes on this thing. We need over 100 people to like this thing. Halftime hooks on the road to 3K. Make sure you go over there. Channels in the name of the video and in the description. The same team, Fam Zone TV. This is going straight over there. So make sure you like up the stream over here, like up the stream over there. Put in Jords raid when you check in, and yeah, man. Big up to the boys. Big up for your win.
Hey, don't support us though.